Prashta Bhutale Shrimate Bhaktivikash Swaminiti Namine Namam Vishnupadaya Krishna Prashta Bhutale Shrimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesh Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktarinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Okay, we are here in the 8th Sloka of Śikṣāṣṭaka, and this is all happening in conversation between Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Swarup Damodar Goswami and Ramananda Rai. So what do they discuss? In public, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will do kirtan and discuss general philosophy, even debate with Mayavadis and so on. But in private, with his confidential devotees, he would discuss Radha Krishna's pastimes. And that was confidential, that was not for public. Therefore, our Guru Parampara, though many acharyas wrote two types of books, they have books on tattva, books on philosophy of Gaudiya Vaishnavism, they have books on rasa also. They have different natakas, they have Lalita Madhava, Vidagdha Madhava, Shri Govinda Lilamrita, like that. So they wrote books on rasa also. But there is a warning by acharyas that one should not prematurely discuss these topics because could be misunderstood by polluted mind and polluted heart. So when one is ready, these books on rasa are also there to enhance one's already manifested feelings for the Lord. At this stage of sadhana bhakti, we understand the tattva, we get inspiration from the knowledge of Krishna, which gives bhakti, and we go through the process of purification as described in Śikṣāṣṭaka, as described by acharyas, Raushada, Tadat Sangha, Tad Bhajana Kriya, Tad Anartha Nivrittisya, Nishta, Ruchi, Asakti, Bhav and Prem. So we are following that process, and once person is on that moment when his Swarupa is beginning to be revealed, when his attachment is there in particular rasa already manifested, then these rasa books will enhance more and more his love of God. It will shape it up, it will bring up those moods, those particular feelings that he is cultivating. So, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Ramananda and Swarup Damodar, they are absolutely qualified. Who is more qualified, the three of them, to discuss this topic? So they are discussing Radha Krishna Leelas, okay, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So, they are talking. Lord Krishna has become indifferent to me just to test my love, and my friends say, better to disregard him. Now they are discussing what Radharani is speaking to her friends. This is from Chaitanya Charitamrita, okay? Hold on. Hold on with comments. Alright. So, Radharani is saying to her gopi friends, Lord Krishna has become indifferent to me just to test my love, and my friends say, better to disregard him. Okay, while Srimati Radharani was thinking this way, the characteristics of natural love became manifest because of her pure heart. Okay. The ecstatic symptoms of envy, great eagerness, humility, zeal, and supplication all became manifest at once. All right. Now, in that mood, the mind of Srimati Radharani was agitated, and therefore she spoke a verse of advanced devotion to her gopi friends. Say by Prabhu, say Sloka Ucharila, Sloka Ucharita Tad Rupa Apane Haila. In the same spirit of ecstasy, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu recited that verse, and as soon as he did so, he felt like Srimati Radharani. So this is what is happening there. We've been discussing Radha Krishna Leelas, that sentiment, same sentiment was invoked. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is teaching that high advanced process of Raganuga, and also he is showing himself that these discussions, they invoke the same feeling of Srimati Radharani. Who is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Sri Krishna Chaitanya Radha Krishna Nahayanya. We can't stop this, what is it? No, on this own came. This is not like yesterday. No, this is something else. All right. Okay, so then he felt the same. He felt like Srimati Radharani. And then he spoke. Now he is in a mood, completely exhibited mood of Srimati Radha. So who is speaking? Srimati Radharani. Exactly. Aslishyava padaratam pinashtumam adarshanam marmahatam karotuva yatha tatha va vidadhatu lampato mat prananatastu saeva naparaha. Aslishya, embrace him with great pleasure. Va, or padaratam, who have fallen at the lotus feet. Pinashtu, let him trample. Mam, me. Adarshanat, by not being visible. Marmahatam, broken-hearted. Karotu, let him make. Va, or yatha, as he likes. Tata, so. Va, or vadhatu, vidatu, vidadhatu. Let him do. Lampataha, a debauchee who mixed with other women. Matprana, nataha, the Lord of my life. Tu, but, saha, he. Eva, only. Na paraha, not anyone else. So translation goes like this. This is Srila Prabhupada's translation from Chaitanya Charitamrita. Let Krishna tightly embrace this maidservant who has fallen at his lotus feet. Or let him trample me, or break my heart by never being visible to me. He is a debauchee after all, and can do whatever he likes. But still, he alone, and no one else, is the worshipful Lord of my heart. Now, obviously, this is not Sloka that we are going to quote on the Sunday feast easily, and maybe we can quote, but we may not explain the full details. And because it's difficult to understand for neophytes as us and the newcomers, the relationship with pure devotee and the Lord on this level and in this rasa particularly. So Srila Prabhupada explains. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself goes on explaining, or Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is writing after the shloka, he writes the explanation. This is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu speaking. I am a mad servant at the lotus feet of Krishna. He is the embodiment of transcendental happiness and mellows. If he likes, he can tightly embrace me and make me feel oneness with him. Or by not giving me his audience, he may corrode my mind and body. Nevertheless, it is he who is the Lord of my life. So the same thing in simple Bengali, the shloka is translated. My dear friend, just hear the decision of my mind. Krishna is the Lord of my life in all conditions, whether he shows me affection or kills me by giving me unhappiness. And these are very strong words, these are very strong emotions, this is the way of expressions that person only in very, very high level of bhakti can speak like this and feel like this. So Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami goes on explaining this selfless mood of gopis in a great details. Now Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami goes on giving one shloka after another shloka, examples of that selfless love. That whatever you appear to me or not, you embrace me or not, you make me happy or make me distressful, you are my Lord. This is committed love. This is solid. This is like unconditional love. So Krishna's Kaviraj Goswami quotes many shlokas, but it boils down to the point of this shloka. I do not mind my personal distress. I do not mind my personal distress. I only wish for the happiness of Krishna, for his happiness is the goal of my life. However, if he feels great happiness in giving me distress, that distress is the best of my happiness. Now, who will say this? Only person in absolute love. There's no question of that, no? So Srila Prabhupada writes in purport here, he quotes Bhaktisiddhanta. This is from Chaitanya Charitamrita. Srila Bhaktivedanta Saraswati Thakur says that a devotee does not care about his own happiness and distress. He is simply interested in seeing that Krishna is happy, and for that purpose he engages in various activities. A pure devotee has no way of sensing happiness except by seeing that Krishna is happy in every respect. If Krishna becomes happy by giving him distress, such a devotee accepts that unhappiness as the greatest of all happinesses. This is the mood. This is the mood. No selfishness. No, what about me? What about me? You please me, you satisfy me, you make me happy. Today relationships are like this, no? No? You do what I say, no? No? And both, husband and wife, If you don't please me, if you don't fulfill my desire, if you don't fulfill my expectations, divorce. They don't give fig. What about me? No? But here there is no me. There is only Krishna. But even if you put me in distress, and you'll be happy by that, fine. That is my biggest happiness. It is very high. Those who are materialistic, however, who are very proud of material wealth and have no spiritual knowledge, like Prakrita Sahajas, regard their own happiness as the aim of life. Some of them aspire to enjoy themselves by sharing the happiness of Krishna. This is the mentality of fruity workers who want to enjoy sense gratification by making show of service to Krishna. So you understand that there were many prominent Sahajas those days, most probably nowadays also, who want to enjoy in bhakti, they want to enjoy those feelings. They want to be enjoyers of Krishna. Many Prakrita Sahajas, they say, Krishna has many wives, so every proper devotee should have another wife. They are preaching like this. They are doing it. They were doing it. I don't know, it's still going on. Most probably some people are still doing it. And that's extreme. That's really like, you follow the footsteps. Rare Sahajas practice. They want to enjoy. The object is not Krishna's pleasure. The object is their own pleasure. So, here again, in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Krishna's Kaviraj Goswami quotes the Sloka. And this is a story from Puranas. Sloka goes like this. The wife of a Brahmana, suffering from leprosy, manifested herself as the topmost of all chaste women by serving a prostitute to satisfy her own husband. She thus stopped the movement of the sun, brought her dead husband back to life, and satisfied the three principal demigods, Brahma, Vishnu and Maheshwara. Krishna's Kaviraj Goswami quotes this. Prabhupada explains in purport. The Aditya Purana, Markandeya Purana and Padma Purana tell about a Brahmana who was suffering from leprosy but had a very chaste and faithful wife. He desired to enjoy the company of a prostitute, and therefore his wife went to her and became her maidservant, just to draw her attention for his service. Who would do that? No? Today they will kill you. Oh, you want to go prostitute? Bang! Die of leprosy, die of bullet. No? You just see this mind. It's difficult to understand. This is amazing, no? When the prostitute agreed to associate with him, the wife brought her the leprotic husband. When that leper, the sinful soul, son of a Brahmana, saw the chastity of his wife, he finally abandoned his sinful intentions. Okay, he came to common sense. While coming home, however, he touched the body of Markandeya Rishi, who thus cursed him to die at the sunrise. But because of her chastity, the woman was very powerful. Therefore, when she heard about the curse, she vowed to stop the sunrise. That if my husband die at the sunrise shall not come. Look at the power of a chaste woman. And if you offend the chaste lady, if she curses you, burns you to ashes, watch out. Because power is there. What is it? Prabhupada said, purity is the force. Because of her strong determination to serve her husband, the three deities, namely Brahma, Vishnu and Maheshwara, were very happy. And they gave her the benediction that her husband would be cured and brought back to life. Because Rishi's curse cannot be counteracted, so he died and he became born again. Immediately he was brought back to life and also cured from leprosy. Look at this. This example is given here to emphasize that a devotee should engage himself exclusively for the satisfaction of Krishna without personal motives. That will make his life successful. This is the story narrated. All right. The modern feminist movement, how do they explain the story? Okay, so in his Śikṣāṣṭaka Bhāshyam, Bhaktivinoda Thakur explains. This shloka describes the consciousness of the jiva who reached the sublime platform of Krishna Prem. That supreme adulterer, that libertine Krishna, may bestow upon me a servant who is totally surrendered to his lotus feet, endless bliss, by forcing me into the excruciating depths of despair by not being present before me. Now it's a difficult English maybe for us, but you see what he says. He says that he may bestow upon me, Krishna may bestow upon me endless bliss by not being present before me and putting me in desperate situation. Because this is transcendental ecstasy also. Again, we have to remind ourselves that separation and spiritual gives transcendental bliss, transcendental ecstasy. And look how he wrote, no? That Krishna may bestow upon me a servant who is totally surrendered to his lotus feet, endless bliss. He may give me endless bliss by forcing me into excruciating depths of despair by not being present before me. It's a transcendental ecstasy in separation. He may do anything he wishes with me, even to the extent that he enjoyed the company of another beloved gopi in my presence. Yet he will remain always the Lord of my heart. For me, there will never be any other. This is how he translates the shloka. So, he says, the conclusion is that on the platform of prema, Krishna becomes the life, the soul, and the greatest treasure of the devotee. In this stage, the sublime exchanges of love between devotee and Lord, due to their natural attraction for each other, flows into full bloom. So this is now the moment when love of God, that bhava, is fully manifest into the prema. And yesterday you saw prema has his intensity, one after another, it grows and grows and grows, further and further. And then he quotes Prahlad Maharaj in Srimad Bhagavatam. Just as pieces of iron rush of their own volition to the magnet. Similarly, by the independent will of the Supreme Lord, my heart and mind have shaken off their enthrallment to material life and are forcibly being drawn to the magnet of his lotus feet. So Prahlad Maharaj gives this example, and Bhaktivinoda Thakur explains this, that when iron is rusty, it does not act properly as a magnet, but when it's fully polished, shining, it can be magnetized. And here, the pieces of iron rush will be automatically, naturally attracted to magnets. So when soul is pure, the pure soul naturally is attracted to Krishna. Automatically, it's pulled by force, it's pulled to Krishna's lotus feet. When by good fortune Jiva's consciousness becomes purified, then the eternally mutual relationship between Lord and the Jiva is rejuvenated. Just as a clean and shiny piece of iron is most efficiently magnetic prone. Purification is necessary in order to manifest their inherent and eternal relationship. Other than this, the process of purification had no real function. Now, why he is speaking this? That bhakti is performed to get love of God. That's it. There is no other goals. That type of attitude in practicing bhakti will give you the goal. Otherwise, something else may come. We may get stuck somewhere else. So other than this, the process of purification has no real function. What is the point? You are impersonalist and you are controlling mind, controlling senses, you are getting purified. What is the result of it? Merging into Brahman, again falling down. What is the point of your yoga and ashtanga and your any process of purification? Knowledge, tapasya, charity, yagyas, austerities. If you don't develop love of God, what is it use? You didn't achieve the goal. You didn't achieve what you are meant to do to love Krishna. Love of God is not developed. Then what's the point? Even in bhakti, we may get bewildered by Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur say, by practice of bhakti, 3 anarthas are born, 3 obstacles. Puja, labha, pratishta, because you are great devotee, you're temple president. Oh, temple. Oh. Then puja, people worship you, they offer pranam, they touch your feet. Labha, money comes, donation comes, they give you offerings. Pratishta, I'm in charge. This is my zone. So that's also Maya. That's also a problem. And it's born of bhakti. Because you're a nice devotee, these things are happening to you. And if you don't keep in mind, my sole goal is Krishna's pleasure, we may get bewildered. I'm in charge. I'm senior. I'm senior. Whereas I am senior in this question when he say, you embrace me or you reject me, you appear to me or not, you are my Lord, whatever. Where is senior, superior, where is the serving, where is I'm in charge, where is all these things, And what is this all wealth for? For Krishna service. No? And why people worship you anyway? Why people give you money? Why did they put you in charge? Because you follow Guru Parampara, because you follow Prabhupada, because you speak what Prabhupada said. Otherwise nobody will give fig for you. No? So all credit goes to Prabhupada, all credit goes to Guru Maharaj, all credit goes to Guru Parampara, all credit goes back to Krishna. We offer Ganga water back to Ganga. It's all Krishna's mercy. No? I did it. Oh. Where's my garland? Come on, people. No? You see, this is big problem, no? So, other than this process of purification has no real function. No real function. Look at this. Therefore, the purified jivas who are sadhakas of the prema dharma, or the path of loving devotional service to Supreme Lord, should realize that this path is highly allergic to all other results, save and accept Krishna Prem. Look how he says, this process is highly allergic. Because anything else, if you want any other result from your bhakti, it's going to ruin that goal you will not achieve. It's going to ruin everything. Hare Krishna. No? If you get bewildered anyway on the way, gone. So this process is highly allergic, means won't tolerate any other side thing. Because you may see this. Tomorrow Gokula will start floating above the Vyasan, 2 feet over. No? Oh! Chamatkar. So this may happen. We should not get bewildered. Should be using Krishna service. So that's this. You see how he's speaking. This path is highly allergic to all other results. No? To the face, marmahatam, deeply afflicted in the heart, has been used in this shloka. In truth, the devotee feels no grief, but exaltation. I don't know even how to pronounce. Exaltation means jubilation, happiness, tremendous bliss. Though the shloka speaks of giving me bliss by your longing embrace, aslishya, there is no trace of selfish pleasure here either. Even we say, you give me bliss by embracing me. If you are happy, that's fine for me. Otherwise, no pleasure. If embracing me, giving you pleasure, that's my pleasure. That's the condition. Otherwise, no. No need for embraces. Zero. No interest. You are happy to embrace me? Embrace me. That's my happiness. You are happy to leave me? That's my happiness. What a formula. What a state of mind, no? You can see this absolute selfless attitude. In fact, the only thought here is of loving Krishna and giving him pleasure. Such a statement is therefore very much in conformity with the true emotions of pure love. So even if you say, Aslishya va padartam, Aslishya, even if you embrace me, give me pleasure, it's not contradictory. You see, he's also enjoying. No? Aslishya va padartam pinashtamam adarsham armahatam koroto. You want to embrace me and be happy or reject me and be happy? Your happiness is what I count. So both are in tune. There is no concept. So much they are pushing, all acharyas are emphasizing this so much because Sahajiyas, they were enjoying in the name of Parikya Rasa, Swakya Rasa, all these things, they were just doing sense gratification in the name of Krishna Bhakti. And that was so prominent when Bhaktivinoda Thakur was there, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. You see Bhaktisiddhanta, just every last few shlokas, every shloka, this Sahajya said that, this Sahajya said that, and blasting, You have to protect the path, because this path is highly allergic of any other goal. This is amazing. So Srila Prabhupada explains. Last verse he says that Aslishyava padaratam pinashtumam marmahatam karotu va adarshanan. Now, lover and beloved, Prabhupada said. One is anxious to see other, and if the lover sees the beloved, he becomes happy. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says that if you make me unhappy for many thousands of years by your disappearance, by not being present before me, I don't mind. Just see, I don't mind. Aslishya. You either embrace me or you trample me down on your feet. You are at liberty, whatever you like. Lampata, just like a debauchee husband sometimes ill-treats the good wife, and the good wife tolerates. Now look at the example Prabhupada gives. There are many instances such a things, in India still, but that is diminishing. Of course, if we say so many stories, it will take. But there are many examples. I've got personal experience of my youngest sister. You see, she's dead and gone. Her husband was first-class debauchee. She could understand after her marriage. But she was so tolerant that when I used to go to her house, I used to inquire about my brother-in-law, and she would reply, "Oh, he has gone just now out." She would never say that her husband never comes home. So in order to hide the secret. And later on I saw, this is our practical experience, the debauched husband became a faithful servant of my sister, simply by her toleration. This is practical experience I have seen. Look at the example Prabhupada gives. He submitted, finally. He admitted, like that leprosy fellow, what a fool I am, and submitted. And because of her chastity, he became servant. Whatever she would say, he would obey. No? So the same thing. Sometimes it happens that a man has got, spirit of controlling. So his wife tolerates. Then there will be no misunderstanding. Gradually the family life will be nice. Again, by submission, wife will actually control husband. But if you go on fighting, I'm in charge, listen to me, you listen to me. And according to new feminists, they put case on you also and take all your wealth if you don't listen. But if in the moments of misunderstanding we prepare ourselves to be separated, there is no love. Divorce is there is no love. No? There is no love. So here, the Lord Chaitanya gives the same example that either you embrace me or kiss me or you trample down under your feet because you are debauchee. I know, still you are my beloved. This is pure love. Look at the example Prabhupada is giving. Bhaktivinoda Thakur further explains. Oh no, we have more from Prabhupada. Wait. All right. Prabhupada says, Adarshana, without giving me audience, you kill me, you break my heart. Still, you are my Lord. You are my worshipful Lord. Nobody else. This is love. This is love. Asena Krishna Galaya Dibana Hale Bejara Thakava. If Krishna comes, I'll embrace him. And if he doesn't, I'll get upset. Not like that. Krishna may not come. I may not see Krishna for thousands and thousands of life. I may rot in the hellish condition of life for many, many births. It doesn't matter. Still, I cannot give up Krishna consciousness. That is required. This is required. I may be sent to hell, heaven, doesn't matter. What qualification I have got that I want to see back to home, back to Godhead? It's not so easy thing. So why should I be sorry for that? I should be happy, even in hell, simply by thinking of Krishna. That is wanted. That is wanted. That is Krishna consciousness. Prabhupada sets the high standard. But he is teaching, his acharya is teaching the purest thing, the highest thing. Now we have to admit, okay, I'm not there, I'm here, 76,000 feet below. But slowly, by inch, slowly moving up. How? By mercy of Prabhupada, by mercy of Guru Parampara, by mercy of acharyas. No? But not that, that is not the highest. This is enough. Eat chocolate, go to cinema, have a girlfriend, and also chant Hare Krishna. That's also okay. Oh, your career, you become engineer, doctor, that's also devotional service. That is your bhakti. Your career is your bhakti if you give us little donation every month. Then you are not preaching what Prabhupada says. You are not setting the highest goal. You are setting something else as a goal. And this process is very allergic on any side things. So it won't work. It won't give phalam. No? So let's be honest. I'm not there, but this is the goal. This is the highest. This is what we should do. Now I'm conditioned, motivated, crazy, polluted, disturbed, unfocused, anishta bhajana kriya, unsteady devotional service. One day I'm enthusiastic, one day I'm down, one day I'm into the preaching, one day I want to leave. the place, the moment, the devotees, this all politics and this all, there's no bhakti here, and all these thoughts are coming. Because anishta bhajana kriya. We are not in anishta level, but you can see devotees who are anishta level, who are fixed. They are amazing, no? It's such an inspiration, no? You see senior devotees coming, you see Prabhupada disciples coming, you see Guru Maharaj coming, then you see that there is the height achieved by the following process of Srila Prabhupada. We should have faith. We have live examples, living examples. Why we should have no faith that we cannot do it? So here is the example. Tears by force are coming out. Oh, Krishna is going away. Look at this example. Prabhupada just gives, same text we are hearing. Tears by force are coming out. Oh, Krishna is going away. Gopis are crying. At the same time, they want to check. There may not be any inauspiciously for Krishna. No? They are thinking Krishna, for Krishna, not for personal self. Oh, I am now crying. I have become very much fortunate. I am crying for Krishna. No, my crying will create inauspicity for Krishna. I must check it. This is Krishna consciousness. Gopis are crying, Krishna is leaving. But they think, why should you leave? When you cry, someone is leaving, this is inauspicious. So I shall not cry. But they can't stop crying. But they stop it, because should not be anything inauspicious for Krishna. You see that? This is Krishna consciousness. Just see how Prabhupada explains. It's amazing. No? So, now, oh, gopis, you can't discuss because it's very difficult to explain. They cannot understand the purity of gopis' love for Krishna. And you can't explain to polluted mind. You cannot explain that there is no sexual attraction, there is no lust, there is no selfishness in this. There is no enjoyment like boys and girls, and nothing like that. There is 100% soul surrendered to Krishna's feet and thinking only of His pleasure. This is not lust. This is not lust, no? This is prem. This is Krishna Bhakti. Okay, here. Bhaktivedanta Saraswati Thakur. I think, just a second. Oh yeah, Bhaktivedanta Saraswati Thakur has translation of the Sloka. This is Bhaktisiddhanta's translation. Look at this. I'm simply a lowly maid-servant to the gopis, who are absorbed in serving my Lord's lotus feet. Now he doesn't say even, I'm your servant, Lord. Look at Bhaktisiddhanta's translation of the Sloka. I'm simply lowly maid-servant to the gopis who are absorbed in serving my Lord's lotus feet. He may embrace me, he may exploit me, or he may break my heart by not appearing before me. He is a libertine, ravishing the gopis themselves with his lusty desire. Let his will triumph. Yet in spite of everything, he is the beloved Lord of my heart, nothing less, nothing more. Lord Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, fully independent. Obeying His wishes is my only religion. I am not independent or so whimsical that I can recoil from this service attitude and go against His will. Look at this translation of the Sloka. Huh? Just clarify more. What is the attitude? What is the mind of Prema Bhakta? Just see this. So this is the thing. Then now we are in this state of mind. If you come to material world, you want to preach, you have to come on Madhyama platform to be functional. Because this outburst of emotions, you can't do it. You can't organize institution. You can't. You're Mahabhagavata. If you allow these emotions out, you're dysfunctional. You can't. You have to. Preaching means you have to organize. You have to deal with so many things. So Mahabhagavata comes to Madhyama platform to preach to material world. Obvious. The reason is obvious. No? Okay? So this is what Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur explained, that in this state of consciousness, the soul is completely free from any contaminations, free from gross, free from subtle pollutions, free from any designations, upadhis. And in this stage, the Lord reveals His pastimes, reveals His abode, reveals His form. Everything is full display, fully access to the Prema Bhakta. Fully, He's taking part in Krishna Lila. He's not only seeing them now, but actually He's taking part and he has a spiritual body. And the singular meditation is to satisfy Krishna, for Krishna's pleasure. And again, Srila Bhaktivinoda Saraswati Thakur gives warning, because there's so many sahajiyas those days, that he's giving warning. The jiva must never arrogate to have inherited the unique position of an Asya Vigraha, or the eternal supportive emblem of the Lord's spiritual love. This is the language Bhaktisiddhanta used. Jiva must never become arrogant to inherit from Guru Parampara love of God, to become the Asya Vigraha. Asya Vigraha means one who holds love of God in his heart. So once you develop love of God, don't become proud. That's what he says. Even thinking about it, it will make him egoistic. Oh, I have love of God, I have love of God. One who has love of God, he thinks, I have no love of God. You remember Chetma, how I am living, why I am living. I am not seeing Krishna and I am alive. That is a proof I have no love. If I have love, I would die on the spot. How can you live without Krishna? Just this is the thoughts. So he says, even thinking, I have love of God, I have love of God, it will make him egoistic. The uncontaminated state of this pure jiva's existence in the spiritual world is to remain always subservient to the real Asya Vigraha, Srimati Radharani. So it's not that, okay, I develop love of God and me and Krishna in spiritual world. Not like that. Everybody who has love of God developing his heart, it's coming from Srimati Radharani, who is ocean or abode of, she is Asya Vigraha personified. Therefore, everybody in spiritual world serves her, not directly to Krishna. That is not Gaudiya Vaishnava system. If she say, go and bring flowers to Krishna, go and bring flowers to Krishna. But that's not the aspiration. That's not at all. The very definitions of manjaris, of the young servants of Radha and Krishna, of divine couple, they had no thought, not even in a dream thought of enjoying with Krishna. Zero. Just their pleasure is to see that divine couple is happy. And these are Jiva Goswami, Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Bhaktivinoda Saraswati Thakur. This is our Guru Parampara. These are the acharyas appearing in our line. Or you may say, we are lucky to get into their line. Let's be honest. No? Although the spirit soul is dear to Lord Krishna, yet, both the constitution and by Lord's desire, he is in the category of Lord's separate energy, Jiva Tattva. So, Bhaktivinoda Saraswati Thakur will say, cool down, Jiva. You got Ashaya, you became Asya Vigraha, you get love of God from the Hladini Shakti, from the embodiment, the transcendental pleasure potency of the Lord. She is not even Jiva Tattva. Don't compare yourself, don't even think, high, you serve her, serve Srimati Radharani. And this is what it is. This is all our ISKCON. We are Rupa Anugas. We are followers of Rupa Goswami. Who is Rupa Goswami? Rupa Manjari. So we are all following Rupa Goswami, who is servant of Lalita Devi, who is servant of Radharani. We are carrying that branch. We are carrying that branch in the spiritual world. Okay. Then Bhaktivinoda Saraswati Thakur gives summary and divisions of 8 shlokas of Śikṣāṣṭaka. So this is now the summary. All 8 shlokas of Śikṣāṣṭaka unequivocally assevere the 3 principles, Sambandha, Abhideya and Prayojana. So all 8 shlokas they describe is Sambandha, Abhideya, Prayojana. So he gives the vision. The first shloka teaching the process of congregational chanting. Okay? This is what first shloka describes. The second, how one can realize his inaptitude to take up this chanting. The third, the procedure of chanting the holy name. Fourth, how to rid oneself of deception and the tormental mundane desires. The fifth, Jiva's original spiritual identity. Sixth, how one experiences his good fortune of coming closer to the Lord. 7, the mood of separation after one obtains the required spiritual elevation. And 8, how to attain the highest perfection in matter of finding one's absolute necessity or goal. Basically, all the shlokas describe principles of Abhideya. because all are shlokas speaking about devotional service. So all 8 are Abhideya. Within that, the first 5 shlokas delineate Sambandha Jnana, because first 5 shlokas define Jiva is covered. Chetadharpada Manya means Jiva is conditioned. Lord, and nature of Jiva is pure. Shreya Karyavachana Vitaram Vidyavarjuna Sarvatma Snapanam. The Jiva's nature is pure, original, like a Lord, but is part and parcel of Lord. Okay. And then the glory of holy name is described in second shloka, no? So these first 5 shlokas, they define what is what. So this is called Sambandha Jnana. So first 5 shlokas delineate Sambandha Jnana, and remaining 3 explain Prayojana, or the ultimate goal. So first 5 Sambandha, next 3 Prayojana. But all 8 describe the process of developing love of God. They describe devotional service, which is Param Vijayate Sri Krishna Seva, chanting the holy name. So all 8 are Abhideya. So it's many times one shloka may cover the 2 together also. The first 5 shlokas describe sadhana bhakti, first 5 shlokas, sadhana bhakti, and the next 2 bhava bhakti. But again, okay, the 6 to 8 shlokas, and especially 7th and 8, deal with prema bhakti. So both things, because remember, the symptoms are overlapping. Just like you see the shloka, Nanam Galadashudara Vadanam Gadgadarudaya Gira. We were discussing this, describing Bhava Bhakti. But Prema Bhakti will also manifest this, plus more intense. So this is how it's divided. So first 5 describe sadhana, simplified version is then the next describes 7th one Bhava, and 6th Bhava, and 7 and 8 Prema Bhakti. So this is another division. These are all divisions by Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. Then he quotes the conclusion of all philosophy, all teachings of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He quotes Sri Chaitanya Manjusha by Srinath Chakravarti. Aradhyo Bhagavan Rajesha Tanayas Tadhama Vrindavanam Ramya Kachitupasana Vrajavadu Vargenaya Kalpita Shrimad Bhagavatam Amalam Puranam Prema Pumarto Mahan Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhor Matamidam Tatrarda Na Paraha. So this is famous shloka, many of you know this shloka. This is the condensed, summarized teaching of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. If you want, somebody asks you, what is the teaching of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Tell the shloka, tell the translation. The Supreme Personality, Gokula, the son of Nanda Maharaj, is to be worshipped along with his transcendental abode, Vrindavan. Now this is teaching of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Aradhyo Bhagavan Rajesha Tanayas Taddhama Vrindavanam. As we worship Krishna, we worship his abode, Vrindavan. Both are transcendental, both are on spiritual platform. We worship Krishna and his abode, Vrindavan. Ramya Kachidupasana Vrajavadu. The most pleasing form of worship for the Lord is that which was performed by gopis of Vrindavan. The gopis' standard of worship, gopis' attitude, gopis' mood, this is the highest form of bhakti. This is what we aspire. This is what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said. They are the best devotees. So follow them. Srimad Bhagavatam is spotless authority on everything. Srimad Bhagavatam, Amalam Puranam, spotless scriptures. Of all Puranas, you read Bhagavatam, you'll develop love of God. Prema Pumartha Mahan. Of 4 arthas, Dharma, Artha, Kama and Moksha, Prema Pumartha Mahan. The 5th one, Prema, that's the goal of life. That's actually the... and the pure love of God is the ultimate goal of life for all men. These statements for which we have the highest regard are the opinions of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Matamidam. He taught, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, this is what he considered the best, the most important. Tatardaha na paraha, nothing above that. One translation say, any other conclusion we don't consider. This is what we consider. So this is nice way of finishing commentary. But few more things are there. Of course, the acharyas, they quote many shlokas. From Bhagavatam, 10th canto is quoted. Gopis' emotions from Krishna Karnamrita, many shlokas are quoted. And now Bhaktivinoda Thakur concludes like this. The Śikṣāṣṭaka prayers are the essence of all Vedic scriptures for the Rasika Bhakta, or the pure devotees who relish rasas. These prayers, having emanated from the lips of the Supreme Lord Himself, are indeed the absolute truth. Hence, they should be read, recited and worshipped daily by sincere and fortunate souls. These prayers should be their constant companion, learned and taken to heart. Those surrendered souls who read the Śikṣāṣṭaka prayers, which are the nectarian words flowing from the mouth of Supreme Lord Gauranga with devotion, will certainly be attracted to the honey from Lord Chaitanya's lotus feet, and like intoxicated bees, plunge into the lily-filled lake of Krishna Prem. So that is his blessing. 401 years after the advent of Lord Gauranga, the commentary called Sri Sanmodana Bhashyam has been composed by me, Sri Kedarnath Bhaktivinod. So this is how he finishes his commentary. And of course, these are the divisions given by the Bhaktivinoda Thakur in Sri Bhajana Rahasya. The Sloka 8, with the 8 pair of Krishna's name, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. One is fixed in identity of a gopi in Vrindavan, attaining the ultimate goal of service to the divine couple Radha and Krishna. Prema Sambhoga. Sambhoga means a meeting now. Now Radha Krishna revealed and one can serve them. Ratri Lila, this is a night bhajanam between midnight and 3:30 a.m. And Okay, I'll just go quickly through all 8 that in one stroke we can see. The Shloka 1 represents Shraddha, okay, in the progressive stages of developing bhakti. Shloka 2, Sadhu Sangha Bhajana Kriya Narta Nivriti. Shloka 3, Nishta. Shloka 4, Ruchi. Shloka 5, Asakti. Shloka 6, Bhav. Shloka 7, Vipralamba Prem and Sambhoga Prem. These are the divisions there. Divisions according to knowledge type. 1 to 5, Sambandha Jnana. 6 to 8, Prayojana. 1 to 8 is Abhideya. All 8 describe the devotional process. Divisions according to bhakti type. 1 to 5, Sadhana Bhakti. 6, Bhav Bhakti. 7 to 8, Prem Bhakti. And anyway, this is for us just to study, acknowledge, understand the message of each of them. So, thank you very much for coming and patiently hearing. Do you have any questions? These are very high topics. It's really difficult to discuss. If you see actually Bhaktivinoda commentary on this in Bhajana Rahasya, it goes on pages and pages describing these emotions between gopis and Krishna, which is amazing. But it's difficult for us at this level to discuss. It's simply, well, let's be honest. And we understand the principles, we understand the basic truths, and go on following the process prescribed by acharyas, and then by their blessings, we may develop love of God. Hare Krishna. Yes, Prabhuji. Just please, a little clear, loud and clear.
We hear the pastime of Bharat Maharaj.
Bharat Maharaj.
Was in a Bhava platform.
Right.
And he apparently, the pastime says that he fell from that Bhava platform to the attachment of fear. But when we compare the life of Vamsila Bharat Maharaj, he was also in Prema platform. And one of the reasons when we hear that pastime of Bharat Maharaj, Prabhupada says that as he was not associating with devotees, he fell from that particular platform. But then when we see Vamsila Bharat Maharaj lifestyle, he was also not associating with devotees. So he had spontaneous love for the Lord. So how to understand this?
Oh, okay. I have to repeat the question. Well, the question is that Bharat Maharaj was in Bhav platform and he became attached to a deer and he fell down. Srila Prabhupada explains that's because he was not associating with devotees. And also the message is warning for us. They don't think I'm now very much advanced, nothing can happen to me. You know, Guru Maharaj told us a story of Prabhupada's disciple who was sannyasi and guru, one of the 11 gurus. And one class he say, now at this point of time, I am above Maya, Maya cannot touch. And in 1 year he fall down. And when he said that on the class, all God brothers were, oops, better don't speak like this. Maya is Meenakshi. Maya is eyes like a fish. Fish never close their eyes. She is always watching, Not only fish like eyes, shape, but also fish doesn't have eyelids. Maya always watching, don't speak. And they were concerned, it is not good, he said. They were discussing after the class. Not good to say on the class, I am now above Maya. Bang! Fall down from sannyas. So there is a warning. The story of Bharat Maharaj is exception. It's a warning. Not everybody on Bhavla falls down. Mostly nobody falls down. Mostly nobody, But there is a warning that even at that level one should not think, now I'm perfect, now I can do anything, I can associate with Maya and not be affected. That's not the attitude, so that's wrong. So this is one thing. Second thing, we see that Vamshidas Babaji also was on very high platform, bhav, prem, and he didn't fall down. So one reason is that he was on prem, not on bhav, Vamshidas Babaji, so he didn't fall down. Second reason is that you got little misinformation that he did not associate with devotees. That I don't know where you got this misinformation, but they were discussing Bhagavatam, they were discussing philosophy. He would sit on the lectures and they were talking to each other. It's not, but Babaji, the Babaji order itself is a very high level where you are completely absorbed in the chanting of the holy name. So, if we understand from Shastra that when Babaji chants, his Swarupa is fully manifested. He is seeing Radha Krishna's pastimes. So, even if you externally you may say, oh, they didn't have satsanga, but being in Radha Krishna's pastimes is not a satsanga, That's the sangha you want, that's the ultimate goal. So he's already there. So where's the question of, you understand? But may not be visible. He's sitting and chanting, but Vamshidas Babaji, this is the highest platform of devotional service. So there is a difference. There is a little difference there. But I understood this Bharat Maharaj story is given as a warning that even from that level you can fall down. It's a warning for us sadhakas that we should not become, Up here, Maharaj does one, great service you did. Here, bliss, ecstasy, Śikṣāṣṭaka, which are immediately appears on our body, What to do? We are simple fellows, a little, So, I think like this. Anybody want to say something? You want to say something? Krishna, what do you say? Okay, any other questions? Yes. Right.
Or we do some service, we
Right.
experience some pleasure.
Right.
So what is that? Is it some glimpse of...
Yeah. So although we are not qualified, sometimes in the kirtan, sometimes in the lecture, sometimes in the service, you experience some bliss. Sometimes tears comes. Sometimes something hit you some point. You could see senior devotees, the tears comes in eyes. When Guru Maharaj was speaking of Vamshidas Babaji, you can see that class, eyes are full of tears, it's amazing, So these are beginnings of the love of God. Now I'm not saying Guru Maharaj is on beginning level, he's on high level, but if it appears in common devotees like us, that was the question, if these symptoms appear, that Krishna is giving few drops, he's giving us faith, he's there, it will come. And because of our impurity and this, that, we come and goes. So you may call it a little bit of abhas symptoms, a shadow of the symptoms. Because once the real symptoms come, then they, first come a little bit with more and more and more and more. So there is also a transition period. But Krishna gives few drops. Like at the beginning when we were chanting, I felt, so much power from chanting, just like some or other, gives that extra mercy by Krishna to give us faith, to give us encouragement like that, you know. Krishna gives like this. Again, Jananivas Prabhu said, when Pancha Tattva were installed for the first 5 days or week, everybody, when you stand in front of it, they were there. And he said, after that became a little silent. Not that they are not there, but it's a little more difficult to perceive it. Then first 5 days, he said, like was, you know, that you could feel the presence. He said like that. So beginning, Krishna gives a little more encouragement from kirtan, from chanting, for give us ecstasies, this, that. Then hard work, then samadhi, Prabhupada said. So these are real, these are not, or they are technically called abhas, you know, shadow of reflections, few drops. Okay, any other questions? Okay, good. Thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Shri Śikṣāṣṭaka ki jai, Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki jai, Shri Bhaktivinoda Thakur ki jai, Shri Bhaktivedanta Saraswati Thakur ki jai, Shri Guru Parampara ki jai, Gaur Premanande. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Śrīmati Bhakti Vināśa Swamini.